After Gohan's great fight against Kanon, it fears Eon, the heiress of Multiverse 3. Nian would wadu Tannen to true Gohan's wounds, just as he would ask Goku and Vegeta to teach him his true powers. Vegeta would say, "Are you testing us? What do you plan to do next?" Nian would say, "Zeno-sama was killed by Boria, the king of everything in Multiverse 4. By Multiverse was conquered by Multiverse King 2, Archon, which means that very soon he will open a great war, where the most powerful kings of Multiverse 2 and 4 will face off, to gain absolute dominance of the multiverses. If they're here, it is because you want to avoid all that." Dian more seriously would say, "Show me your powers. The warriors of Multiverse 1, if you want me to help you, show me that I can trust you in your strength. Those outside will not feel its powers. This place is protected, so do not worry." Goku, "Very well, we will show you." Vegeta. Vegeta would smile. Goku and Vegeta use Ultra Instinct. Kanon feels the big key. Immediately, he goes out to see the power of Goku and Vegeta. Neon would also be somewhat surprised and say, "It's admirable. Even if they only use the Ultra Instinct, its power goes beyond." Kanon would say, "I don't understand. That guy is still using the Ultra Instinct just like me. Why does his power go beyond mine? And also the other subject dominates the Omega Instinct. The same transformation of my princess. How surprising." Nian would say, "They have amazing powers. The warriors of Universe 1 have surprised me." Goku would say, hold on. We have yet shown you our true power." Kanon would say, "What do you mean by that? They have not yet shown their true power?" Vegeta would say, "Shut up and watch." Neon would be very confused. Goku would say, "We were betrayed, locked up by the gods. This power can only be endured for 20 minutes. This is the result of a lot of training." Goku and Vegeta would shake the whole place. From one moment to the next, the sky got dark. Nian would scream, "What is that kind of power?" Vegeta immediately returned to their base for. Ganon would have no words, was so surprised to see two Saiyans easily surpass Princess Nian's power. Vegeta would say, "We have already shown you our power. Now tell us everything and tell us how you will help us." Nian would say, "First of all, tell me, how did they get that power?" Vegeta would say, "Never underestimate us, Saiyan. I've always said it, and all the deities underestimated us by locking us in a room. They believed that this way they would kill us without Zeno-sama noticing, but we were out and made them pay." Goku would say, "Hold on, Vegeta. Don't say it like that. You make us look like the bad guys." Nian would say, "Do you try to say that you murdered the gods of that multiverse?" Vegeta would say, "That's right." Goku would say, "It's true. We put an end to the gods and angels of our multiverse. They betrayed us and locked us up and murdered one of our friends, just like Vegeta's wife." Vegeta angrily would say, "Damn garbage. They are believed that they are because they are gods, they can do whatever they want. Whoever messes with me will pay dearly. That is why we will stop that such Boria. Apparently everything was that clown's plan." Neon would say, I'm sorry, but I can't trust you. You killed the gods and angels of your multiverse. You could be a threat. Goku would say, we are no threat. They betrayed us. Neon would say, they will leave when you boys regain consciousness, although the dragon of the super spheres brought it in this place. Mere mortals who murder deities for a foolish desire like revenge are simply sinners. Gohan would wake up. Gohan would say, down. I didn't do my part. I lost consciousness in the middle of the fight. Gohan heads to where everyone is. Goku would say, Gohan, are you all right? Gohan would say, so, father, I feel good, but I'm sorry I couldn't defeat him. Goku would say, son, you did very well. You exceeded my expectations. Canon is very powerful. I knew from the beginning. I wanted to see you break your limits and you made it. Gohan would say, thanks, father. I will continue to train and become much stronger. Gohan would scream, Canon, I will continue to train and next time you face me, I will surpass you. Canon would smile and say, I'll be waiting for you, Multiverse Warrior 1. Neon would say, very well. Your child has already woken up. As I said before, now they have to go. Gohan would say, what? But why? Canon would say, princess, they have the same goal as us. The best thing would be to ally with them. Neon would say, Canon, do not question my orders. Canon would feel very doubtful. Vegeta would say, Kakarot, we'll manage. We only came here because that dragon that lives in Piccolo's body wanted us to join them. They don't want to help us. Let's get the hell out of here. Goku would seriously say, you're right. Gohan, Piccolo, we will leave. Canon would say, princess, is going to let them go? They are the people we have been waiting for a long time. Neon would say, a murderer of gods is a sinner. We cannot ally with people like that. Canon would say, princess, they had their reasons. Do you want to go on living like this? This multiverse was conquered by the King of Multiverse 2. Since then, we have lived hidden from the world. We have to do something. Neon would say, Canon, close your mouth. I have said that we will continue to wait. Canon would start to get angry. The angel would say, Warriors of Multiverse 1, please let me go with you. Neon would say, what did you just say, Canon? Goku would look seriously at Canon, and he would say, I will help you with whatever I can, and will fight winged for you. Vegeta would say, interesting. You are also very strong. You could be of great help. Goku would say, very good. If we are about to intervene in a war, it will be better to have some strong allies. My people. Vegeta R. Canon says, I will help you. Never disobeyed an order from me. What's wrong? Canon would say, even if you are the princess of this multiverse, the truth is that now you're just a coward. Sinners? What nonsense is that? Perhaps you forgot that Archon supported that gods killed our entire family and are now looking for us to exterminate us. If you don't want to do anything about it, that's fine with me, but I will not miss this opportunity. They're very powerful. I'm sure that with the help of those warriors, I will be able to recover this multiverse and avenge my people. Canon goes to where Goku and Vegeta are. Canon says, I will help you with everything I can. Once we leave this place, we will be wanted by Archon's subordinates. As they heard before, this multiverse is infested by warriors of the multiverse too. We have to be careful. Vegeta would say, I understand. Then let's fence at once. Neon would be left thinking about Canon's words and say, curse! Canon doesn't make rash choices. Think about it even a little. Canon would say, I have nothing to think about, princess. Excuse me, but these words, you should be embarrassed to keep hiding. Neon would be struck by those words by Canon, since he has been her shoulder at all times. After Multiverse 3 lost the war and its queen, Canon was always protecting the queen's daughter. But right now, the most important thing for Canon is to take back his home and take revenge on King Archon. Neon would say something serious. If you want to die, go ahead. I won't stop you. Canon turns back to Neon. Goku says, very well, Canon. Tell me, what do we have to do? Canon says, first we have to go to the great castle where the queen of this multiverse lived. Vegeta would say, why will we go to that place? Canon would say, we will look for a staff that will allow us to travel from multiverse to multiverse. Vegeta would say, but the dragon that dwells in Piccolo brought us here, so we will be able to teleport to the other universes. Piccolo said, that's impossible. Apparently this dragon exhausted all his energies to bring us here. I don't think he'll wake up again when we need him. He remembers that he was stripped of his powers by Daishinken. Gohan says, I see. Then we have to go for that staff. Canon says that's right. Here there are also the super spheres of the dragon. We could bring them together in case something goes wrong. Once the 7 spheres are gathered, he will fulfill any wish we ask of him. Goku says, I am also impressed that there is a dragon of desires in this multiverse. I think it is a good idea to gather them in case something goes wrong. Vegeta says that's fine with me, but we cannot be wasting time looking for thing by thing. We will make a team of 2. Gohan will come with me, and we will look for the dragon spheres. Canon, Piccolo, and Kakarot will look for the staff that will take us to the other multiverses. Canon says, but that would be very dangerous. In addition, how will you know where the dragon spears are located? Vegeta says, you don't have a tracker or something? Neon would listen to the conversation. She is in his mind. He would remember the words of Canon. Neon would say, curse. I will accompany Vegeta at the boy to look for the spears. Neon would say, pulling out a tracker. Canon would say, are you sure of that, princess? Neon would reply, I can't let you do that job on your own. I am the princess of this multiverse. It is my duty to fight to recover what belongs to us in addition. Princess Neon flushing, I would say. Neon would say, I can't let you die. Canon, I want you to have this. Princess Neon gives Canon a bracelet. Neon says, I forbid you to die. Even if you die, I don't know how. You will manage, but in the end you have to return that bracelet. Canon says, this bracelet was from the queen, I can't have it. Neon says, that's right. That's why I haven't given it to you. I will lend it to you for a moment. You will return it to me when we finish with that damn Archon. Vegeta says, well, I've had enough of your romanticism. We have work to do. Neon, embarrassed, would say, what did you just say? Canon would say, I promise I will take care of it and return it to you. Canon disappears with Goku and Piccolo. Vegeta would say, very well, we will also leave. Neon would say, the spears are watered throughout the multiverse. Surely we will find extremely powerful beings. Gohan would say, very well, I'm ready. Neon disappears with Vegeta and Gohan.